Hey, Billy D here. It's Saturday night. It's time for a cocktail. And wow, do I have a complicated cocktail for you tonight. This one's called the Singapore Sling. And it's got a million ingredients. So let's get started with it. All right, let's take a shaker tin. The main ingredient is gin. So we're going to do Bombay Sapphire Gin. 1.5 ounces of Bombay Sapphire Gin. So it's 2 parts gin, and the other 2 liquors are 1 part. So 3/4 of an ounce of Cointreau. There it goes. Now the next part calls for a cherry brandy. Now I have a VSPO Paul Mason brandy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour, so it's 3/4 of an ounce. I'm going to do almost a 1/2 ounce of that. I'm going to take some maraschino cherry liqueur juice, and I am going to pour that in. And actually it calls for grenadine. Oh, there it goes. So how do you make a cherry brandy? You literally add a little bit of cherry juice to it, tiny bit. Make 3/4 of an ounce. Now you got cherry brandy. That's how it works. All right. Now the last liqueur I'm going to add, it calls for Benedictine, but I don't have Benedictine. But I do have Drambuie. Drambuie is similar notes to Benedictine. It's an herbal liqueur. It has some honey notes and some flowery notes. So I'm going to add just a bar spoonful of Drambuie. There it is, a bar spoon of Drambuie. All right. And again, that's my substitute for Benedictine. Now the rest of the stuff, that's a lot of liquor, so the rest of the stuff is mixers, okay? So let's put that back over there. Let's get to the mixers. Grenadine, 1/2 ounce of grenadine. There we go. We're going to do a 1/2 of a small lime in this. Fresh squeezed lime, 1/2. There we go. All right. Now, the superstar of this drink, pineapple juice. Calls for 4 parts pineapple juice. So that's 4 ounces of pineapple juice. All right. 2 ounces. 4 ounces. Beautiful. Now, the last ingredient, before I start mixing this, as if I didn't confuse you enough, angostura bitters. 1 to 2 dashes. There we go. Beautiful thing. All right. Put a little bit of ice in there. In the mixing tin, let's get this stuff out of the way. We are going to mix that up. Now, this calls for a sling glass. One of the glasses I don't have down here is a traditional sling glass. Now, a sling glass would be tall and skinny, okay? But I'm going to use a barrel glass for this because I think it does the trick. I'm going to put crushed ice in there. So I'm going to shake that a little bit, and then I'm going to crush the rest of this ice. And we're going to do crushed ice. Now remember, when you crush ice, I'm sure you've seen me crush ice down here before. We're going to use what's called a Lewis bag. So we're going to take my Lewis bag out, and we're going to put some ice cubes in that. I'm going to put that off to the side. Okay? We want a nice layer of crushed ice at the bottom of this barrel glass that I've... Okay, that's perfect. All right, let's get rid of that. Put that over there. If you don't have a Lewis bag in your bar, I highly recommend it. Literally just a canvas bag, and you can crush ice in it. Beautiful. I'm going to take that, and we're going to pour that crushed ice right in that Lewis bag. Look at that. That's perfect. Okay, we're going to put that back off to the side. Got some crushed ice. Get rid of the rest of the crushed ice, throw it right in the sink. Always pays to have a wet bar. If you're going to do a bar, have a wet bar. That's what I always say. And the lucky thing is, my camera didn't fall over today. So usually when I start banging away, the camera phone falls over. All right, so you guys saw what I put in this. It's a very complex drink. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 ingredients in this drink. 8 ingredients, because I forgot the line. 4 liquors and 8 total ingredients. This is your classic Singapore Sling. And that's what it pours out like. That's money in the bank right there, baby. And I should have a perfect pour. And I do. How about that? You want to garnish this? You can garnish this with a lime wedge. You can also get fancy with this. You can garnish this with pineapple wedge, some maraschino cherries. I'm going to keep it simple. Just garnish it with a lime wedge because it does have lime juice in it. And that is your Singapore Sling. And that is your drink for Saturday night. I have a complicated drink. That's a very complicated drink. Probably one of the most complicated I've ever made here. Again, it's 8 different ingredients. So, but the base is gin, Cointreau, Drambuie, and cherry brandy. So, guys, I'll see you next time here on Sore Thumb Cocktails.